near.
Your voice is soothing, but the words aren't clear. You don't sound different, but I've learned the game. I'm looking through you. You're not the same. Oh,
Why, tell me why did you not treat me right? Love has a nasty habit of disappearing overnight.
You're thinking of me the same old way. You were
Above me, but not today.
the only difference is
You're down there.
I'm looking through you, but you're nowhere. You don't look
Different, but you have changed. I'm looking through you.
you're not the same.
There's something about dragging down that old battered suitcase, or maybe it's just a plastic bag, from the loft and passing round old family photographs. Photographs that show their age by the border they possess. Not only the smell of damp storage and crap holidays gone by, but the fact that a new order presents itself every time the photos are passed round the room. Great-grandpa standing stiffly in a formal studio is followed by his great-grandson in more than casual gear, lounging in a gay bar on a beach in Spain. This process is lost now with the modern way of documenting daily life with your fancy phones. Your images remain in a linear order. Your family portraits dominated by newly found friends and random strangers nearby on the dance floor. Intimate moments shared with millions minutes after the actuality. There's no limit on how many shots you can take, and the results are instant, alongside the decision to delete. Whereas before, you bought your 2, 24 or 36 exposure spools, whatever you could afford to take on holiday with you, and you'd even ration yourself towards the end of the fortnight, saying, we've still got Corfu town to visit the second last day, we better hold on to 5 or 6 pictures to take. You'd pre-edit what made a good picture before pointing and clicking. And then you had the joy of waiting the whole week to get your images back, prolonging that holiday excitement. Personally, I like bad photos. They never get chucked out from that messy collection we hoard. To see an unintended close-up of Gran's old couch brings back intense memories of lying there as a child, trying to count how many complete fleur-de-lis covered the arm. 1, 2, 3. The photograph is a prop, a prompt, a pretext. It sets the scene for recollection. The promise of a brighter past in the future. Events are ordered retrospectively from the standpoint of the present, the moment of telling, which can also be the moment of narrative closure. In consequence, this story is ordered and read as if this life could have been lived in no other way. Memory is fiction. We select the brightest and the darkest, ignoring what we're ashamed of, and so embroider the broad tapestry of our lives. Colour snapshots mixed in with black and white, the prints crudely stapled in, overlapping, curling and cracking as the paper becomes more brittle. Righteously angry deletion as a child goes astray. Subtle allusions and brutal beheadings of disgraced relatives. A family album is not by a family, but about a family and its reason for continuance. Whereas the relationship with my mother, the line was always no heartaches, no heaviness, nothing burdensome, none of what she called consequences. Consequences, the weightiness of the body, the growing flesh hauled around like a bundle, the tiny frill-framed goblin head in the carriage, babies and marriage in that order. This is how she understood men and their furtive, fumbling, disheartening desires. Because I myself had been a consequence. I'd been a mistake. I'd been a crime that needed to be paid for over and over. By the time I was 16, I'd heard enough of this to last several lifetimes. Mother's account of how things were was that you were young briefly and then you fell. You plummeted downwards and hit the ground like a ripe apple. You fell and everything about you fell. You got fallen arches and a fallen womb. Your teeth and your hair fell out. This is what having a baby did to you. It subjected you to the forces of gravity.
So smile for a while and let's be jolly. Life shouldn't be so melancholy. Come along and share the good times while we can.
There she is, sighing, picking at the canned spaghetti that I've just hit up for her. Silent words waft out of her like stale talcum powder. What can you expect? Always a statement, never a question. I try at this distance to find some pity, but I come up with none. I could bring you the world right now on a silver platter, but what would it matter? Mother inspired in almost everyone who she encountered a deep, deep desire for escape. I gave birth to him. I flew. Like Icarus, I fell. I gathered up the photographic pieces. I kept them until I died. I keep them. I'm looking at them now.
you sighed, your breath was mine. When you sighed, your breath was mine. When you wore my mind and diffused the shades upon the blind. I chose to walk behind, and I chose to walk